Hey, good afternoon, folks. Jim Green. Hey, I wanted to do a couple of videos, and this is going to be the first one about Admiral Borda. Great leader. I think in my time, to be honest with you, I don't think that I had anybody that I served with that cared more about enlisted people and knew more about the trade of being a sailor, the trade of being a tactical actions officer, the trade of being a commanding officer. So there's a couple of stories I'm going to tell. This first one has to do with the ASW Training Center, and then I'll tell you another one about when I met up with him. The ASW Training Center one takes place in the early '80s, and then a decade later, after I'd known him for a while, takes place in Naples when he was Sinkus Navier. But so Borda, we all knew and loved him. But the deal was we had a anti-submarine warfare thing that was going on back when he was a destroyer squadron commander. And his destroyer squadron was getting ready to do some multinational operations as far as ASW goes with the British. So the British pulled in to Norfolk, and they had a carrier with them, a couple of destroyers, stuff like that. They also had, we had some Dutch that were there that were playing with us. I don't remember all the ships. But the Dutch were there. I think the Germans were there as well. And let's see, what else? The British. Okay, now. So the first part of it is the British came over, and we went over to the ASW Training Center, right down there about what used to be DNS Piers in Norfolk. So you come in that gate, headed toward DNS Piers, which used to be around the Pier 19 through 23 area. And so you come in there and you take your first left, it takes you over to the ASW Training Center. And so we're all going to go over there. The British carrier is going to be over there. A couple of the British ships, Navy ships like Alwyn, Ainsworth, us kind of guys, the ASW guys from Norfolk. And so what ends up happening is we've got a week long of workups that we're doing these synthetic videos before probably 2 weeks down the road we go out to sea and we go play ASW with real ships, real men, and real sailors. And so we got there, and I was on McCloy at the time. And if anybody knows McCloy, is one of two ships in the class, the Braunstein class FF-1037, which was out of San Diego, and then you had FF-1038, which was out of McCloy. Me and some of my buddies got sent there out of A school. I was an operations specialist. So we're at the ASW Training Center, and we're going to do a week worth long of GIUK gap, taking on the Russian type of submarines, type of scenarios. So we went in there in the morning, and we didn't have the best run in the world, and so the word kind of got put out to us before we went to lunch. You better have better runs in the afternoon because the Commodore isn't real happy. So we came back, and in the afternoon, things didn't get much better. So it's the end of the workday, maybe 1600 in the afternoon type of deal. Borda wants everybody back in the auditorium, and he's going to address us. Now, this may not have happened. This may not, my exact memory's not right, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get this right enough to where other people that were there would go, oh yeah, I do remember that. But Borda got everybody back in there, and like I said, I was on McCloy, so I'm sitting there in the auditorium. Maybe we're 2 or 3 rows back. Borda's up there, gets up there, and the first thing he says is, I'm not sure if everybody, how things go today and all that kind of stuff, normal Borda stuff. And then he said, I'm not sure if you guys noticed when you were coming in this morning, when you're coming back from lunch, there's a red Corvette that was sitting out there in my parking spot. And that's my car. I like my car a lot. I worked hard to get that car. My wife and I like to drive around in that car. And to be honest with you, the way that you guys are hunting for submarines right now, or doing anti-submarine warfare, I know that something's going to happen if we as the United States Navy don't do better. That is that the Russians will be here, the Russians will win the war, the Russians will be driving my red Corvette with my wife. That's the kind of border that we had. Needless to say, everybody came back on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, did some of the best ASW scenarios that the ASW Training Center had seen, but he called us out on it because we weren't doing our best. He demanded the best, and sometimes he had to get a little bit colorful to let us know what that meant. I appreciate it very much. Ace number one, Admiral Borda. Have a great day, guys. Ladies, good talking to you.